I am only speaking to benevolent beings. So hopefully some of you have seen, now sci-fi might not be everybody's cup of tea, but they have a tendency to put truths in movies that you should already know. And they do try to hide the truth in plain sight. Just a moment, I'm sorry. Okay. So, if any of you has seen the movie The Chronicles of Riddick, now there are several in that series. For the example, I'm only talking about the one called The Chronicles of Riddick. There are a lot of nonfiction points in there. The same thing with Jupiter Ascending. There is quite a bit of nonfiction in that movie as well, along with others. Those are the two that come to mind. So the corruption here, the parasitic infection on this planet, within this planet, and elsewhere in the universe. Like, once again, it's being aware of your perspective. The shit didn't get like this yesterday. Okay? So that has to be acknowledged. And because it's been going on a long time, other questions come to light, which those questions lead to some very nasty implications about many things. I really feel very strongly that that some of the higher dimensions have been hijacked. Again, the parasitic infection has been here a long time. AI is ancient. So if they've been running this kind of an operation here, most likely they're running this operation elsewhere. I think that many beings were stolen, raped from their homes on other planets, in other star systems, and forcibly brought here for the purposes of breeding, slavery, and what you would call energetic food. And how they operate, I guess the point I'm trying to make with that is, towards the end of every civilization, at least up to this point, when that civilization starts to reach their evolution climax, is when they turn on the fence, the artificial frequency fence that surrounds this place, and they start to hone in on the beings that are spiritually advanced. They also do this in a group fashion, meaning, for example, the Indians, the tribes that carry within them much of the ancient knowledge, the older knowledge and wisdom from other timelines. That's why there has been such a concerted effort to try and eliminate those tribes and try and really fuck with any remaining descendants. So they do that for a multitude of reasons. One of those is to try and obstruct evolution. They're trying to eliminate those who know the truth of things, who can contradict the lies. In the presence of true universal laws. One more reason why there's an artificial frequency fence around this place. Because at some point in every civilization, they have to turn off the fence for other reasons. So what they do is they try and get as many as they can into the AI system. And try and obstruct evolution. So here we are in this timeline, in this civilization, and they've turned on the fence. They're spraying the skies, they're GMOing the foods, among other things. They're doing some of the most nastiest, abhorrent cloning, or things with cloning that the masses are unaware of. There are many I'll say that things like places like the astral realm and artificial realities have been connected to the artificial frequency fence, the technology within the planet. So they have this operation and things are connected, and then they go about trying to rape the beings on the planet via technology and clones. And they also use magic, unfortunately. So, again, all of this didn't happen just yesterday. Things did not get this fucked up yesterday. And if you have not come to terms with the truth of things, in that this place is a parasitic farm, and there are some very nasty, there's a parasitic species that's been here a long time, and they've been running this operation here for a long time. Life here, or societies, are manufactured, socially engineered. There's a lot of, one of their methods to run things in their operation is trauma-based mind control. So they've forced a lot of harm here. A lot of trauma, a lot of harm. And because all of this didn't happen just fucking yesterday, right? There should have already been true benevolent intervention here. So, because there hasn't been up to this point yet, again, it brings other questions to light, and those questions have some very nasty implications. So hopefully, what it is when you realize and know what this place is, existence here becomes very different than the ones walking around in total ignorance. And my point in mentioning that movie at the beginning of this recording is I will say that personally for me, after or because of all the things that have been forced on me for many years and the truths that I know, it's a very, the Chronicles of Riddick is a very, I'm trying to search for the right term or the right way to say. I would say in some kind of a loose fashion, that's personally like the energy or the perception that I'm working out of, that I'm operating out of, that this is a place that needs to be escaped from. Because what's been being forced here has been being forced here for a very long time. And because of the lack of true benevolent intervention, again, there are larger other questions that come to light, and then you look at those implications. So all of that put together, and especially some of the conclusions that I've come to, in addition to the truths that I know about this place, I think everybody, all benevolent beings here, should be screaming to get the fuck out of here and doing what they can, as much as they can, to work on saving themselves, getting themselves out of here, taking back what's been raped from them, preparing their physical vessels for travel in the best way that they can, in the best way that they know how, mentally preparing and working on trying to leave this place. Just looking at the prior civilizations, there was no true benevolent intervention for those civilizations either, right? So what I'm saying is there is some very abhorrent truths that beings, any benevolent beings here, need to really come to terms with. As abhorrent as those truths are, those are the truths of this place. This is a parasitic farm. You're on a parasitic farm. They are, these entities are trying to rape humanity of their evolution, among trying to rape other things as well. And especially if they, if it's true that they've hijacked higher dimensions, in their, personally, I feel that they have, that it's highly possible that they have hijacked higher dimensions, and that they are using what they've raped from benevolent beings here in some fashion to be, to do that, to access higher dimensions. Yeah. I thought there was one more thing I wanted to say with that, but that is, because I don't have proof of that, I would say at this point, even though I feel that that is a truth, I will just say that I strongly feel like that is going on, and that's part of the reasons of why they try and do so much raping, and that is why another reason why they do the cloning. So I think that there are many here that are not mentally or emotionally prepared to work with that information or process that information. That's unfortunate, and it's not all of their fault. But taking a look around at your environment, at what life has been for you, the things that have been forced on you, the things that have happened to you in your life, all of the, in quotes, coincidences. I'm sure that many can think back on certain incidents and instances that would be, that are now resonating as the reasons for certain things that are being forced on them now. And I think benevolent beings should be doing everything that they can to be trying to get themselves out of here, escaping this place, preparing their minds, their vessels, taking back what's been raped from them, refusing consent to all malevolence and all parasites, all demons, whatever it is that you call them. Refusing consent to being raped, harmed, refusing consent in being obstructed from leaving. Because, here's the thing, because they're using technology to forcibly obstruct universal laws and universal law manifested correction here, that means you, all benevolent beings, are fully in the right and justified to do whatever it is that they need to do to try and get themselves out of this place. And if they start, they try to do a lot with frequency weaponry and try and really run their lies, cons, and deceit nastiness. And one really has to work very hard to make their truths, knowledge, and wisdom, those frequencies, override the forced lies, cons, and deceptions that are being forced via technology. And to know that to know that you can override them, even though it takes work, you should be overriding them. Because they're obstructing correction on this planet and in this universe. That is not allowed. Obviously, that is how universes implode. That is how galaxies implode, collapse. Even though one might not be able to fathom that, very nasty things happen when things have gone this far for this long and are have not been corrected. So again, seeing the state of things and realizing how long that this has been, these things have how long that this parasitic species has been here, how long they've been forcing this, how long they've been running this shit show. You are fully in the right and justified, and I'm talking to only benevolent beings. Benevolent beings are fully justified and in the right to do whatever it is that they need to do to get the fuck out of here. And that means overriding their bullshit whenever possible. So if they're trying to obstruct you from, let's say, using some of your gifts or abilities via lies, cons, and deceptions, and you know the truth of things, you know that you can do those things, override their bullshit. It takes work, but it can be done. Override their bullshit. You're going to do it anyway. Even though they're trying to forcibly obstruct with the frequency, that's when that, you have to remember, it's frequency fuckery, right? It takes about a millisecond to switch into another frequency if you can manage it. It's just finding the ways to do that. Finding the thoughts that do that. You can override their bullshit. It's frequency fuckery. They're playing with frequency. It takes an instant to switch to another frequency if you can manage it, as I said. So knowing that, right? And if they're trying to obstruct you from using your abilities or, things that you know that you can do. And, if they come along and they're trying to use their frequency fuckery to try and obstruct you, or they're trying to do their whole lie, con, and deception tap dance, right? Run it over. You're going to fucking run it over. You know the truth of things. You know that whatever abilities they're trying to obstruct or interfere with, you know that you can do those things. So you're just going to go ahead and fucking do them. Because you know that they are totally in the wrong. That they are totally not justified in whatever it is that they're trying to force. And knowing that they are in violation of all universal laws, knowing that they're using tech to forcibly obstruct universal law correction here. So at that point, knowing all of that, you are fully justified in doing whatever it is you need to do to get the fuck out of here. And you know that they're doing frequency fuckery. So you have to change the frequency. They're coming at you with lies, cons, and deceptions tap dance, right? You know it's lies, cons, and deceptions. You have to find the right frequency to override that shit. Especially when you know the truth of things. And you know, like if it's a certain ability that they're trying to obstruct, you know that you can do those things. You know that they're using lies, cons, and deceptions frequencies to obstruct you. That those aren't accurate. That those aren't true. So you're going to override those. You know the truth of things. You know that you can do whatever it is they're trying to obstruct, right? So you're just going to fucking go ahead and do it. Because you know that their shit is lies. And they're not allowed. It's perspective. One of the things that they're trying to do is rape you of your evolution. And especially if it's true that they've hijacked higher dimensions, that shit has to stop. That must be corrected in this universe. That can't be going on. They're trying to rape you of your evolution. It comes, basically it's you making the decision that you are not going to tolerate that you are not going to allow that you do not consent to that. And then proceed forward with you're gonna fucking do whatever it is that you have to do, because knowing that you are fully justified and in the right, because they are obstructing universal law correction here via technology, and that is not allowed. So it does require that you come from a strength that you probably didn't know that you had. It does require being strong, being persistent, and what's that word? Determined. Absolutely determined that you're not going to allow some parasite to try and rape you of your evolution, while they're, if it's true, while they're either accessing or hanging out in higher dimensions that you should already be in. Right? How many timelines and civilizations have they done this to? Benevolent beings should already be in higher dimensions. Already. We should already be there. These bitches have been raping. So here we are again in this time and place, timeline, this civilization, and they're trying to do it again. Right? How long have you been here? Number one, were you stolen from your original, from another place, another star system, another planet, and brought here? Have you been trapped here for a very long time? If you have, it means that they've been raping you for a very long time. It has to fucking stop. So it comes down to benevolent beings making the decision. Number one, actually recognizing and coming to terms with the truth of this place. It is somewhat challenging, especially when manufactured life, is front and center, and you're having to deal with the menial tasks of everyday existence, and having to deal with the system that they've set up for society and things like that. Yes, it is challenging. Again, don't get lost in the lie. It won't serve you. Take advantage of the happy times and happy moments, but don't get lost in the lie. Always be aware of the actual truth of things, and do your best to operate from that place. This is a parasitic farm. They make society like that to keep everyone anesthetized and ignorant of the truth of things, because they don't want a whole planet full of beings that are screaming. It's bread and circuses. I'm sure you've heard that term. Bread and circuses is all that shit is. So, on occasion you can spend a day at the circus, right? But at some point you gotta leave the circus and then come back to the truth of things. It's just acknowledging the truth will serve you better. It will, even though those truths are abhorrent. And of course, who wants to look at those? But knowing the truth of things, you're then able to operate from a place of truth and better able to navigate things and better protect yourself. And unfortunately, I don't think it was like this, at some point in the past, but this is a place that, there's so much forced harm and trauma in this place. This matrix, this inverted time loop matrix, must be imploded. So I realize that all of us benevolent beings who are being targeted, that I'm sure that we're all doing the best that we can to help ourselves get through this and navigate all of this. And I realize the challenges. I'm just saying, it's better to recognize the truth of things and come to terms with that, so you can better protect yourself and better figure out how it is you're going to get yourself out of here. It's either that or you choose to die here. If you choose to die here, then there's that whole... Now, at some point, I think all of this is just going to go. I don't think this whole shit show is going to be a continuing thing. I think there's going to be a climactic point. And I won't speak too much on that. Those are my own personal intuitive perceptions. But if you don't want to go through the whole reincarnation, soul trap bullshit again, right? And you're trying to evolve and you're refusing consent in a parasitic infection or parasitic entities trying to rape you of your evolution, then you're going to do something about something, right? So I think it's important to figure out your intentions and what you want for your existence and the level of fight that you're going to fucking bring to it. And how really sit with yourself and how important are those things to you. Personally, I'm fucking done with this place. I'm fucking done with fucking parasites and the lack of intervention, the true benevolent intervention. There's a lot of things I'm fucking all done with this place. I see it as a place that I need to escape from. Because the parasitic infection here has just has gotten to a point where There's a lot of beings fucking screaming here. There is. So I would think at some point there must be like a tipping point in where humanity realizes the actual truth of things here. I think it's only a matter of time before that happens. And at that point, there will be a whole planet of beings screaming to get the fuck out of here. So I'm just saying it's wise to be doing what you can now to help yourself and be really looking at the truth of things and operating from that point so that you can better help yourself. Become stronger, find different ways, different tools to help you, find different ways of getting out of here, things like that. There are some who still hold to religion, and they're waiting on a specific being to save them. So that's a whole different belief system, or that is a belief system, and that's going by religion. They're gonna go that direction. That's fine. I've seen things and know things that show me things about religion. So I am one who does not hold to religion. But everybody has to follow their heart and do what they think is right and what they feel is right. And, religion for a lot of people is what gets them through in a day. Emotionally, mentally. And with religion, there usually comes like kind of a family, other people that hold to the same concepts and beliefs that can also be helpful to the individual as far as a support system goes. So I don't hold it against them. I'm just saying I know truths that are the reasons why I don't hold to religion. So you have to do what's best and right for you and your family and what you feel is right in your heart. And you're going to go ahead and do that. I'm speaking to all benevolent beings that may be listening, but I'm also speaking to the ones who maybe don't hold to religion and are seeing this, that have seen other truths or that have been forced to experience other things that show them the truth and the reality of this place. So I think I'll go ahead and wrap this up. As always, have trust and faith in yourself. Know that you are a strong being. Know that you can take command of the totality of your being. You have full right to do so. And trust your own knowledge and wisdom to assist you, and know that you are a strong being. and that you are strong enough to be making large decisions about the totality of your being now, especially with what is being forced here. All right, till next time.